This is Alexandr Wang, a high school dropout who transformed a simple yogurt theft problem into a billion-dollar revolution. But it wasn't always smooth sailing, from struggling to pay rent to giving up everything he had to make his business grow. Alexandr Wang managed to defeat all odds. But before we get there, picture this. You wake up in the middle of the night and head downstairs to grab that treat in the fridge you bought yourself yesterday. You open the fridge and the treat is nowhere to be seen. It must have been your roommate who took it, but you don't have any evidence. This sort of issue is typical in a college campus that shares a community fridge, but one MIT student decided he'd had enough when his yogurt kept going missing. This student was a problem solver, so instead of being frustrated and walking away without further investigation, he needed to create a solution to his problem. He enjoyed creating gadgets and knew how to code well, and so the next day he added a hidden camera in the fridge. He then created software that could automatically detect which of the groceries in the fridge were being removed each time it was opened. The contraption worked, but more importantly, it brought a revolutionary idea to this MIT student, one that would change the world forever. That student's name was Alexandr Wang, who would go on to become the world's youngest self-made billionaire ever, and many compare Alexandr Wang to the likes of Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. But how does tracking food in the fridge create a billionaire? Let's take a walk and look at the rapid rise of the 25-year-old billionaire, Alexandr Wang. Who is Alexandr Wang? The year is 1997. Two physicists who had recently moved from China to Los Alamos, New Mexico to work at a top-secret base to help create U.S. military weapons, and they're about to have their firstborn child, Alexandr Wang, the child genius. Having two physicists for parents proved helpful as they pushed their son to bring in straight A's throughout his entire school career. But it wasn't until Alex was 14 years old that he would show his talents of the world. Motivated by the opportunity to visit the land of roller coasters and shows known as Disneyland, Alex joined a regional maths contest. He placed fourth, but he wouldn't stop there. He found a new competitive passion and would win multiple contests through his short school career. Later that year, Alex won a bronze medal in the USA Mathematical Talent Search. He came back the following year and took the gold. Over the next few years, Alex would often appear at national events for computing and physics Olympiads. He was a child prodigy with a future destined for greatness. When participating as a U.S. physics team contestant, Alex claimed that, "From a young age, I've always been inspired by the profound implications of scientific discovery, from the discovery of special relativity to the invention of the transistor. Even now, I don't fully comprehend the revolutionary consequences of every discovery, but I do understand that through science, I am uniquely empowered with the ability to profoundly change the world, and that has always taken my breath away." With great ambition, Alex would drop out of school by junior high. He felt the school system was slowing him down from his true potential. After all, Alex was a boy who had more to accomplish than school could offer. At just 15 years old, Alex moved to Silicon Valley and landed his first job as a software engineer at Adipar. If you aren't aware of what Adipar is, it's basically an American wealth management platform for registered investment advisors. This company specializes in all forms of data analysis. Alex's time at Adipar wouldn't last long, but it would prove vital to his success in the future. The company brought one important realization to Alex. How we handle and process data is problematic. A large part of his job was to manually process different forms of data. It was the sort of information that a simple computer script would not be able to sort out. Alex realized how AI could significantly improve the industry. After a few months at Adipar, Alex would leave his job to work as a tech lead for the popular website Quora for 2 years. Eventually, Alex decided that he needed to further his education, so he jumped ship at Quora and went to college. At age 19, Alex joined MIT to pursue a Bachelor of Science, Mathematics, and Computer Science. However, this wouldn't last long as Alex dropped out of college during his first year. But his time at college was essential to his success. As we spoke about back at the beginning of the video, Alex was presented with a dilemma at his college campus. His roommates often stole Alex's food, specifically his yogurt. When Alex saw the problem, he needed to solve it. When recalling these events, Alex explained, "Yogurt is one of the easiest foods to steal because it's so perfectly contained. It's the perfect crime." When creating the software that would track and provide the data regarding the groceries in the fridge, he didn't realize just how much data he'd need to process to accomplish this task. As Alex puts it, there's no way I could create enough data to be successful with the algorithms on my own. So he created a data tagging system. This would help with creating an algorithm to sort out the data on its own. To Alex's surprise, his system worked. After creating the contraption that helped him track his groceries and catch the yogurt thief, he realized that his software could be a building block to a greater piece of technology. This software was the foundation of Scale AI. Starting Scale AI. See, during Alex's years at Adapar and Quora, he realized that they lacked infrastructure that AI could solve. As Alexandr Wang explains, this first-hand experience inspired us to solve the data problem for everybody. Most companies saw data as an afterthought, but Alex wanted to turn messy data into better data. In addition, Alex was inspired by alternative AI companies that were making headlines around this time. He realized that they were doing things the wrong way around, though, and so Alex saw an opportunity to solve a much bigger problem than missing yogurt. During the summer break of 2016, Alexandr Wang partnered with Lucy Guo, a friend he met while working at Quora, and started a new project. He didn't think too much of it at the time, it was just something he was hoping to experiment with. Alex even told his mother that it's just going to be a thing I'll do during the summer. Luckily for both Lucy and Alex, he was wrong. Together, Lucy and Alex started what is now known as Scale AI. When Scale AI started, the main focus was on self-driving cars. Similar to Alex's yogurt crime-solving camera, the Scale AI software would collect the data automatically, but on a much larger scale. This data could then be translated into an action that the specified machine needed to perform. Essentially, Alex and Lucy work together to create a system that grabs images, texts, audio, and any form of data that could help develop machine learning. Each bit of data has to be labeled for the software to understand what to do with it. Let us take the example of the yogurt in the fridge. The containers in the fridge needed to be labeled as yogurt for the software to understand what to do with it. Like the yogurt in the fridge, an automated car would need to label different items in its surroundings. Traffic lights, lanes, other vehicles on the roads, people. All the data of these items needed to be tagged, and the software needs to translate the data into an action that the vehicle should perform. Scale AI provides software that most companies do not have access to. Instead of working on software for a specific company's needs, Scale AI provides the infrastructure that organizations can build on and use to support their ambitious AI efforts. For example, prior to Scale AI's release, integrating machine learning was a tool only available to the biggest tech companies that would create their own AI specifically for their in-house projects. Scale AI creates an opportunity to solve problems in multiple industries and could save millions of lives, but we'll have to get back to the saving lives part later. Alex's idea for Scale AI was not to work towards a specific company's needs, but rather provide the foundations for data handling that other organizations can build on top of. Through this, any company could use Scale to support their ambitious AI efforts. After working on the software for 3 months, Alex and Lucy pitched their software business to Y Combinator. As a result, Scale AI joined Y Combinator's 2016 Spring Startups. This gave them $120,000 to play with. Alex and Lucy moved to San Francisco to further develop their software. Within a year, Scale AI's customer base grew drastically, receiving a further $4,500,000 in funding for their project. By the end of 2018, Scale AI was working with some industry giants such as GM Cruise, Alphabet, Uber, P&G, Liberty Mutual, Gusto, Who's, Mapbox, and Intercom. In the second funding round, they received $18 million. Perhaps their biggest breakthrough during the initial stages was when Scale AI partnered with a self-driving taxi company known as Waymo. Although the Waymo name is less popular than alternative self-driving vehicles like Tesla, they are the leading autonomous mobile vehicle company. Since its creation back in 2009 under the name Google Self-Driving Car Project, Waymo has driven more autonomous miles than any car company in the self-driving industry. One method by which they've managed to build such a successful system is by using Scale AI's LiDAR data systems. Today, Waymo's vehicle fleet drives 100,000 miles each week. If you haven't seen what Waymo's vehicles can do, we suggest watching Veritasium's video where he showcases Waymo's autonomous vehicles. By the end of 2018, Lucy felt she had accomplished what she needed in the business and parted ways. That's when Alexandr Wang took the role of Scale AI's CEO. The child prodigy turned into an industry-leading business owner. He had everything going for him. A successful company that was helping catapult AI technology to new beginnings, and this was just the start of it all. In 2019, Scale AI received a further $100 million in funding. His business and team grew exponentially. Scale AI brought in customers such as Airbnb, Samsung, General Motors, Nvidia, and Pinterest. By 2020, the company was valued at $3.5 billion. This makes Scale AI one of the largest unicorn companies to date. If you aren't sure what a unicorn company is, it's any company valued at more than $1 billion before it goes public on any stock exchange. The company was growing at such a scale that, as Alex puts it, we're frankly just trying to keep up. But perhaps one of the biggest moments for Alexander's company was when they partnered with the US Defense earlier this year to aid Ukraine in their defense against Russian invasions. Scale's software helped analyze satellite images to determine how much Russian missile attacks caused to Ukraine's cities. This proved way more efficient than any human analyst. They were also able to identify where Russian tanks were hiding out and provide further vital information to help the Ukraine defend itself. When Scale AI released information on this partnership and how they've helped aid in the war, their reputation grew drastically. Scale AI scored 2 more contracts with the US Army, which is estimated to be worth more than $249 million. The controversy over AI. However, Scale AI's success has not come without any controversies. The biggest issue that Scale AI has had to face since its creation is the backlash of AI as a whole. As technology advances, the idea of robotics and artificial intelligence has come up regularly. Something that almost everybody can agree on is that AI brings excellent potential. The possibilities that AI unlocks can rework the world as we know it. There's a great need in it for many businesses such as healthcare and self-driving cars. However, in the wrong hands, it can be used to bring destruction and chaos. One of Scale AI's most significant moments since its creation was when it partnered with the US Army. As I mentioned earlier, they helped analyze satellite images when aiding Ukraine, but this is only part of their partnership. This begs the question, what could happen if Scale AI's technology is in the wrong hands? An extreme example of this is a slaughter bot. Somebody could use Scale AI's technology to create a lethal weapon that could identify and assassinate human targets. It poses a question of ethics. One of the biggest fears over the past decade is the possibility of automatic machinery replacing jobs. Scale AI's technology could remove hundreds of thousands of jobs. When Alex was asked about AI taking jobs from people, he assured them that AI would only make certain jobs more efficient, but it would not remove the need for humans. However, although their software will always require human intervention in some way, it will automate many job opportunities, increase the poverty rate, and further finance to the point of 1%ers. Despite the controversies, Scale AI has grown year on year, and Alex is showing no signs of slowing down. By 2022, the data-driving company brings in an estimated $100 million in revenue annually. It has doubled in value over the last year. Scale AI now has an estimated value of over $7.3 billion. Alex owns just over 15% of the company's equity, making Alexandr Wang the youngest self-made billionaire. Moreover, their initial focus on self-driving cars has advanced drastically, particularly in video sensors that use light detection and ranging sensors to determine its surroundings. This technology is known as LiDAR. Alex has also made it clear that he wants to work with the healthcare industry as he can see great opportunities for detecting health issues at their earliest stages using his AI software. Alex's company currently works with over 300 customers and has multiple contracts with the US Army and the US Air Force. While Alexandr Wang may be a private man, his achievements have not gone unnoticed. His contributions to the world have already altered the lives of many. His name is being compared to the likes of Elon Musk for his brilliant ideas, entrepreneurial skills, and rapid wealth growth at such a young age. In only a few years, Alex has revolutionized the AI world. It's clear that this is not the end of Alexandr Wang. What do you think? Is Alex going to be the next Elon Musk? Will Scale AI continue to revolutionize the AI world? Let us know in the comments.